I do the impossible, impossible. Impossible, impossible. Yeah. Yeah. Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Cause a starving stomach like being punched in the face. And an instrumental was the last time that I ate. Food from all of the bass. My A-spoon going, big son told me about the game. 20 years later, know my name. King, crown me, lounge in the back of the spot. Pay homage to an underground peasant, climb to the top. Funny style on elevators could never fade us. I peep data stain anytime they congratulate us. Goggles is worn and bottles is popping. I'm Deion Sanders on haters, this ice bucket dropping over their head with it. They should have cred with it.
Bit of a sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
Well, they run with Jones on first down, but he'll struggle here just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. He has it complete to Christian Watson. He's got room at the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
On play action, now Rodgers. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Rodgers going to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10. At about the 32. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Well, these two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Fields. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. This defense for the Packers, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
Sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week. And you can't do it all on one throw.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fake.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw complete here on target to Tunyon. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. That's caught by Ayuk on the slant. And it's a Packers touchdown. Brandon Ayuk, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Packers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Off play action, Fields. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Squaring up here at a 3rd and 8. To throw is Fields. Throwing left side, it's complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down. The Bears had 1-11 now on the year. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Fields. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take over here up near the 40. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're 1 to the good. Go ahead and try and pressure advantage.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements. Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the 50, here's Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Preston Smith, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
4th down. Fields. Man open, here's Jones. Touchdown, Chicago. Velus Jones, 39 yards. And the Bears' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Santos with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to... And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Santos now to add the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Second down, another shot for Jones. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big pickup of 38. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. That's complete out left to Ayuk. Touchdown! Brandon Ayuk with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Packers are an extra point away from drawing level. Joseph now to add the PAT. Now we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Velus Jones now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend, but you think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the task at hand here.
Absolutely, because these players, they know what's coming up, and the difference between taking time off following a win versus doing so on a 3-game losing streak, that's absolutely huge because they may come back if they lose this game to a facility, and there may be new faces in there and some teammates lost. Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Fields. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked off by the former Bear, Adrian Amos. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Joseph on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. No run back here for Jones. A touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back to throw, Fields. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. Now Fields. He's got him in. Complete. Yeah, he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Well, that's how you convert on 3rd down with an explosive gain of 34.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
Montgomery hit, and the ball is loose. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. And that is no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The sack by Robert Quinn. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy on the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Fields to throw on 3rd and 1. This one swung out to Montgomery. He's going to pick up the first down and then some. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Fields. Flush to his right. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Fields now to throw. Open man, he finds Kmet. Touchdown, Chicago. From 19 yards away. And the Bears are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So we're back to a one-point game now as the kickoff comes. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now a play fake. Rodgers. Got Dobbs over the middle. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
30.
An inside give to Jones. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 41 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Get 300. Get 300.
Throwing is Rodgers. Past the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. It's a gain of 35. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
On the counter, here's Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones with career touchdown number 60. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Packer pressure, and down he goes. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now it's Fields. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Here's Brett Kern now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Rodgers. He'll dump this down to Matt Breida. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Rodgers. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 35. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
So with your team leading in the 4th quarter, you know you got to run the football. They know you got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
Rodgers' throw complete here to Ayuk.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 22-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, This thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. On 2nd and a yard, Fields. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And into the end zone, it's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. Oh, that's about as tough as they come. You're driving to try to put the ball in the end zone and tie the game, and that happens.
It's exciting for us, wasn't it? Because we were thinking, hey, we might be headed towards overtime. Instead, it looks like this one may very well be done. And guess what? If you're a fantasy owner and you have that defense, you just had a big, big game, didn't you?
Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. On the return is Jones from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Robert Tonyan from 4 yards out. And the Packers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head. His head coach, or probably his agent too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On second down, Montgomery.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Fourth down, Fields has to have this one. Crossing route, and he hits his man. It's Jones. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. They'll run with Montgomery. And he loses the football the second time. And the Packers pick it up. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is of all those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Green Bay, it's a 4th win on the year as they move to 4-9. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Bears, it's another week to forget as they're going to fall to 1-12 now on the year. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time.